OpenAI, and it was launched in November 2022 last year. So basically, when it launched, it instantly became popular, and in nearly 5 days, it gained 5 million amount of users. So ChatGPT is basically trained on a language model. So what it does that it trained on a large amount of text data, so that whenever you ask questions, it can produce text results. So currently it's free to use because currently it's in preview stage, but most probably in future they will introduce a subscription model, so you have to pay a monthly fee to gain access to ChatGPT. So it is offered by OpenAI, and there are multiple AI tools, other AI tools that OpenAI offers. So let's get our hands on the ChatGPT. So open a browser and search for ChatGPT. So you will find a website, openai.com. Click on it and click on the try ChatGPT. Okay, so first you need to sign up to create an account. So you can create account by email address or with Google or Microsoft account. So let's create from email address. Password. Okay, so here we need to verify the email address. So let me just do that. Okay, so after you have created your account, you need to log in with your credentials, and you will be redirected to chat.openai.com. So first of all, you will get prompted with this message. This is the free research preview, and their goal is to get the external feedback in order to improve their system. So whenever we ask question and get answers in return, they will collect the data to train their AI model. And here it says, please don't share any sensitive information in your conversations. So please do not share any password or any card details, etc. Any sensitive information will be collected. So do not share any of the data. Okay, so here is the dashboard of your ChatGPT. So on the left hand side we have this panel. Here we can generate a new chat. This is to toggle between light mode and dark mode. You can join the Discord server of OpenAI. So here are some examples what you can do with ChatGPT. Explain quantum computing. Got any creative ideas for 10-year-old birthday? How do I make an HTTP request? So let's ask a question. What's the weather in New York? So it will generate an answer, and on the left hand side you can see a new chat is been generated. Okay, so it says, as an AI language model, I do not have real-time access to current weather information. Okay, so let's ask, what is the population of New York? Okay, so it says it has population currently, as of 2021, it has population of 20 million people. So here you can give a thumbs up, or you can dislike it. If we dislike it, it says what would be the ideal answer have been? Okay, so we can submit the feedback. If we like the answer, we can provide additional feedback. Let's say it's correct. And based on your feedback, they will improve their AI model. So I highly encourage you to give feedbacks based on the answers that you got back from ChatGPT. So let's ask some developer questions. So generate a code snippet to write hello world in, let's say, C. Okay, so it's produced the result. As you can see, you can directly copy paste the code over here. Let's ask another question. Write an article about React Native. Okay, so it's currently writing an article. So as you can see that ChatGPT provides you with excellent results, but it also have some limitations. As you can see, our first question was the weather in New York. It fails to answer such a simple question, but here it can generate a article on itself, and it can generate code snippet. This is very basic one. So in our upcoming videos, we will get the most out of it. We will ask the question which are much more complex. We will ask ChatGPT to create an entire HTML, CSS, and JavaScript project based on our requirement. So as you can see, as a developer, you can use ChatGPT to increase your productivity. And even if you are not a developer, you are working professionally in some other fields, you can use the ChatGPT on your advantage. So this is it for this video. It's a small introduction about ChatGPT and how to create an account and how to access the ChatGPT. So first of all, there is an assumption that many people have about ChatGPT is that it's only helpful for the developers. And let me tell you that it's not true at all. It's not meant to be for all the developers only. Everyone can use it, whether you are a working professional or not, or even if you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you are in any other professional field, or even if you are housewives, you can use ChatGPT at your advantage. So in this video, let us find out what ChatGPT can do. Let us ask some questions of different categories. So first of all, open your browser and go to chat.openai.com. So here, let me ask, I want to make a cake. Tell me the recipe. So now you can see, so here is the recipe for a classic vanilla cake. So first of all, it's drafting down all the ingredients that we need. And then we have instruction. So if you want to make a dish at home, or even any of if you want any recipe instruction for the any dish, that you can use ChatGPT for that. So let me just stop this here and delete this. Okay, so now let's ask another question. I want to buy an Android smartphone and my budget is $300. Suggest me some best smartphones in this range. So as you can see, I asked it to suggest me some Android smartphone which falls under $300, and it's saying Google Pixel 4a, and it's just not telling me the name of the smartphones, but it also drafting out the features a specific smartphone has. So that's very cool. Okay, so let me just stop this here, delete this chat, and let me ask a very classic question. Android versus iOS. Which one is better? Let me see what it tells. Okay, so it's giving answer, and it says both have strengths and weaknesses, and it's drafting out the strength of Android and then iOS. Okay, so it's giving you the ultimately the choice between Android and iOS come down to personal preference and what you value most in your smartphone. Okay, okay, let me delete that and ask. I want to take a leave for one day because I'm not feeling well. Draft an email saying the same for my manager. Okay, so it's starting with the subject sick leave request for, and we can put our name here and the manager's name. I am writing to inform you that I'm not feeling well and would like to take a sick day on date. Okay, as you can see, you can draft an email also with the use of ChatGPT, and even if you have get emails and you can copy paste the entire email in this, and you can ask for the appropriate response that you can send to your clients. Let me delete that. Okay, now let's ask a developer question. Write a JavaScript function to check if the given email address is in valid format or not. Let me see. Okay, so here is a JavaScript function that uses a regular expression to validate the format of an email address. Okay. I don't know why it stops. Let me regenerate it. Okay, this function takes an email address as string argument and uses the test method of the regular expression to check. Okay. Okay, so it checks with the @ sign if we have domain name, if we have top level domain at the last. Oh, and it even drafting uh, example over here. So let us see if it's true. So let me just open my terminal and let me just create a file email.js. Okay, so let me first of all copy this code and paste it over here, and let me also copy this one to see if it's giving the. Okay, so the email address it's given is example@example.com, so it's an invalid format. So let me save this and let me run this. Okay, it's giving us true. Okay, let us try the wrong one. Okay, let me remove @ from here. Okay, now let me check again. Okay, it's giving us false, so it's working fine. So as you can see, you can use this to draft a function as well. And if you are not understanding a code, you can also copy paste the code snippet over here, and it will explain you this what's going on behind this algorithm. So let me try something else. Okay, so let us okay, so React. Okay, library. Okay, let me click on this. Okay, so what I'm trying to do over here is that let me copy this and come back to here. Here let me say here is an article about React library. Give me the summary of this article in, let's say, 3 lines. Let me not include in 3 lines. Okay, so let me copy paste the article and let us see what it gives us. So the article provides an introduction to React, and as you can see, it reading the entire article and giving us the summary of the article, but it's rather long. Let us try to tell it that give me the summary in 3 lines. Okay, so one more important feature of this ChatGPT is that once you are in a single conversation, it also remembers our previous chats that we had. So if I just write give me the summary in 3 lines, it understands that we are talking about this one that we have talked earlier in this conversation. So let me press enter, and now it's giving us the summary in just 3 lines. Okay, so let me delete this conversation as well, and let us say generate a cover letter for 2 years experience web developer working with React. Okay, so as you can see, you can use the ChatGPT to draft cover letter as well. You can draft cover letter for any profession. You can draft a resume format for any profession as well. So this is really helpful. So lastly, let's ask one more question. If you are a student, uh, let me ask. Let me refresh this. Let me ask. Write some notes about, let's say, trigonometry. Okay, so it's a branch of mathematics that deals with study of relationship between the angles inside of triangles. It's true. And it's drafting the trigonometry functions. And it's giving us the uh, information about all the functions that is available, sine, cosine, and tangents. Let us say, give me all the formulas for the trigonometry functions. Okay, so it took some time, but it's drafting, as you can see, it's drafting all the formulas for trigonometry functions, sine, cosine. Let me see if it also can make it as a file. I don't suppose it can do that, but let me ask. Please add all of these into a text file so I can download it. Let me first stop generating and then. Okay, so it's giving us the formulas is right now. Let us complete it. Okay, so it's telling us you can copy and paste the content of this file into a text file and save it as a .txt file. Okay, so you see how you can ask questions about different categories. We have asked a couple of questions from different categories and it's gave us pretty satisfying answers. So it is not only meant for developers. It doesn't matter where you work, in what field you are working. You can use ChatGPT to save you a lot of time. How developers specifically can use ChatGPT to their advantage. So since the release of ChatGPT, people are getting worried about whether they will get replaced by ChatGPT or their jobs are in danger or not. So let me tell you that it's not the case. So whenever a new technology comes into the picture, your mindset should be to learning and master the technology so you can use it according to your advantage. So I personally use ChatGPT in my regular life whenever I stuck in my code or I couldn't find the error. So I use ChatGPT and it helps me a lot. So you can do the same and increase your efficiency. So let me first open the browser and go to the ChatGPT. We will see how you can use ChatGPT as a developer. Okay, let me log in first. Okay, so here is our window of ChatGPT. So let's first try the simple questions. So let me ask, what is JavaScript? Okay, so if you are new to JavaScript, it will answer you the definition of JavaScript, why we use it, and how we use it. So it's saying JavaScript is a high-level interpreted programming language and create dynamic, interactive websites and web applications, and much more about the JavaScript. So okay, let us ask, what is the difference between var and let? So if you don't know about var and let, so var and let both used to declare variables in JavaScript. So when we use var, it creates variables in global scope, and when we use let, it creates variables in block scope. So let us see what ChatGPT answer. Okay, so its answer there, the first one is the scope. The scope of var variable is function level, with the scope of let variable is block level. And it talk about hosting as well. Okay, the answer is very much correct, and it will give you the precise answer with multiple points. So this is how you can use ChatGPT to learn a new language as well. So let us ask, how to make an API request in JavaScript. Okay, it's saying we can use fetch functions to make the HTTP request. So it also drafting you the code snippet, JSON placeholder. Okay, okay. So let me copy this code and try to it also explaining the code. So this is our API link, and we are using fetch function to fetch the to dos. Let us see if it works. It will work. So let us create a file. Let's say api.js and copy and save the data. Okay, so we are getting the user ID, titles, and components. So it's working fine. Let me delete this. Okay. So let me ask a specific question. Write a function to fetch random cat facts in JavaScript. Sometimes ChatGPT will take some time to answer the question because it's extremely popular and it's currently the traffic is high. So you need to have some patience while it answer your question. Okay, so it using catfacts.herokuweb.com API link. Okay, and it uses async event. Okay, so let me copy this code and it also explaining the code. Okay, so let me go. Actually, let us create a new file. Add.js and copy this code, and in here we can call the function fetch random cat facts. Okay, let me save this. Fetch random cat facts is not defined. Let me see. Okay, so it's facts, not facts. Okay, let me save this. Okay, it's an promise. Let me save this. Okay, okay, it's giving us the random cat facts, so it works perfectly fine. Okay, so let us try something else. So the most important thing that I need to tell is that be accurate about what you are asking. So if you want to generate a function, so be specific what a function should do, what it should return, what arguments should it take, etc. So let us ask write a function to test if a number is prime or not in JavaScript. So I'm using JavaScript, and but you can use Python, you can ask C++ questions also. Okay, it's roughly the function and it's correct, and it also explaining the code. If the number is less than or equal to 1, it is not prime by definition. And then we check if the number is divisible by integer from 2 to its square root, the number is not prime, otherwise it is prime. So okay, so assume that if you are working in a code base and there are some code written by the other developers and you are not getting what the function is doing, so you can use ChatGPT to explain the function to you as well. So let us do that. Let me open my GitHub. Okay, let us go to any of my projects. Let's go to component. Okay, so here is a custom button that I've created with React. So it takes prop button text and function, and according to the text it will render the button, and whenever we click on the button it will fire the onPress function that we pass as a prop from a parent function from parent component. So let me copy this code, and this is the React. These React component that someone has created. Please explain this to me. Okay, let me paste the code, enter. So here is the code. So it's saying it's a custom React component called custom button. It imports necessary components from React Native and a colors constant from another file. As you can see, yes, it's right. So then it defines custom button function component that takes props and return pressable and text style. So it's saying it has two properties, button text and onPress function. The pressable component takes three props, onPress, style, and Android ripple. Okay, it's saying the text component is a child of the pressable. So as you are seeing that it explaining the entire component line by line, and it's doing a very good job at it. So if you are stuck in your code base, if you are not understanding the code that are written by other developers, you can also use ChatGPT to explain those functions to you. Okay, so let me just delete that. Let us try to generate an entire HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a small project with ChatGPT. So let us ask generate an HTML project which has two input box and a button. So user can enter only numbers on these inputs, and on button click it should display the, let's say, multiplication of these two numbers. Add some styling also. Okay. Okay, so currently it's using a container. We have input field and we have some styling. We have button. The title is multiplication calculator. It also, as you can see, it also predicts the title that suits the project. It also added the hover effect. Okay, so we have the first one, input 1, and second input as input 2. And as you can see, we have mentioned here user can enter only numbers on these inputs fields, so that's why it's used number. It doesn't use text. And here we have a JavaScript function multiply, and we are multiplying this. Okay, okay, so let us try this. I'm sure it will work. So let me change it to desktop, and let's say multi.html. Let me copy this and paste it over here. Save this, and let me open. As you can see, here is our multiplication calculator. As you can see, the styling is good enough. So here we can use this one, or we can directly enter this. If I say the result is 40. So can you understand? Can you believe that this entire project, though it's a small project, but you can create much complex project with the ChatGPT. So this entire project is created by ChatGPT in merely 10 seconds. So this is how you can use ChatGPT to your advantage, and stop worry about whether it replaced you as a developer. So you need to adapt to the new technologies and find ways that you can, with the help of that, you can use the ChatGPT and improve your efficiency at work. So lastly, let me show you another one. Let's say create a web developer resume draft. Okay, so if you want to create a resume as a web developer or for any developer field, here you can say you can write full name, address, phone number, email address, objective. You can provide education. You can write skills over here. So it's drafting the resume. So you can copy paste this, and then you can replace the uh, fake data with your actual data that you want to present to your employers. So basically, this is I wanted to show you that how you can use ChatGPT as a developer, and trust me, it will help you a lot. When you use it, you can use it to generate code snippet, as I've shown you earlier. So this is it for this video. Thank you.